Welcome, my Vibrantly You community. For those of you who are new to following me, I'm Crystal Atkinson, your coach, trainer, and friend. I specialize in helping women strengthen their identity, uncover their passions, dream bigger, and broaden their impact in the world. So if this is you, you are in the right place. If you know someone who you are like, Crystal, you need to meet my friend, fill in the blank. Be sure to share this with those women in your life who you know they want to grow themselves. They want to live a vibrant life. They want to broaden their impact. This is the community for them. The Vibrantly You community is a great place for women looking at leveling up in all areas of their lives. If you, on the other hand, have been around for a while, welcome back. This is going to be such a powerful session, and I am so excited to share this with you. I I can't even describe how profound this work has been on my own life. These are all strategies that I use, that I implement, and they truly do make a difference. So I am so excited to hear what your takeaways are as you listen to today's session. But then when you leave it, the most important part is for you to do the work. I say this all the time. I am not here for entertainment. I am here to change lives. And that only happens when you're brave enough to dig in and do the work. Okay, so who has created a vision board at the beginning of the year? Whether you joined me back at the end of December or you did one on your own or with somebody else, I'd love to know if you created a board. How's it going? Have you never created one? Where are you at with that process? If you're with me, you may remember me saying that before you know it, you're gonna blink. Oh, sorry, speaking of blink, I have something in my eyes. This is the joys of like recording live. Um, you're going to blink and be halfway through the year. And here we are. We're halfway through July. We have got the first 6 months behind us. We're now into our last 6 months. And this is the time to look at our path that brought us to where we are today. Where are we with our goals, our dreams, who we want to be, how we want to show up, and how we want to feel? I do a lot of vision work in my lives, in my trainings, in my sessions. I know the power of stepping into a memory that you already have and that you want to create. I know that power. And so I'm excited to take you through this journey. My goal is that every single woman who enters this community feels empowered to love their life. I use the word vibrant because when I came across this, I looked it up and it said pulsating with life. And so often with women, I find it all stages, truly all stages, they get stuck doing what they should do. I see college and university kids slugging away 24 hours, focusing on their work. Yes, there are the ones who party away. We're not talking about those. Those are the other extreme. I'm talking about those people who just always seem to do what they think is right. But it's at a cost that I truly feel is too great because that cost is missing out on the joy and gift of today. So as we do our check stop here, you will be empowered to make the second half of the year the best half of the year. And then we will start it all over again at the end of December. And you can tell if you've been with me for several of these sessions over the last few years, my understanding and my process, it also grows and evolves because I also take trainings. I also am in other membership groups and I take courses. I'm always learning and growing. I have worked with coaches now for a long time and I also learn from them. So this is going to keep evolving. Okay, so let's start with any of you hikers out there. Do you love to hike? Do you not love to hike? Are you like, ooh, no way, man, that is crazy. If you followed me for long, you know that I love a good mountain trail. I, however, am one of the slowest people you will ever pass on the trail. Part of it is physical reasons. I have a unique condition in my body that just makes physical life a little bit tougher for me than it does a typical body. Um, but a lot of it's by choice. A lot of it is by choice. So I'm just somebody who loves the journey. I love the journey. I love life. I stop and I take pictures of flowers. I'll look at the lookouts. I will stop and watch a squirrel. I treasure every step that a journey brings me. And then there are some other people who hit the trail. The other people who hit the trail, they might be the fastest ones. They're like right to the top. They take their pictures. They're like, and then right down to the mountain, right back to the bottom. I don't know that they have seen a tree. They've probably missed every waterfall. Like, honestly, there are some people who are just so fast. It is about that destination for them. Check another trail on their list. Check, check, check. That's not me. And there's nothing wrong if you're one of those people who do like to get to the end. That destination is also important. Um, but I want to help you slow down a bit. I want to help you enjoy your journey. In life, you're going to find people who are so focused on that end destination that they miss out on the blessings along the way. You're also going to find people who stumble along blindfolded. They don't engage with anything. I really want to encourage you to enjoy the journey. I want you to look back at the pictures on your phone, lay in bed at night, recall your experiences as though you are there again, so that you can relive that magic over and over and over again. There is nothing more powerful than an amazing memory. One of the memories that comes back to me just right away, one that I was so hesitant to create because I was stuck believing the narrative that so many people in mainstream society tell. And that is one of when to do things with your kids, particularly going to Disneyland. So I live in Alberta, Canada. It is not always easy to get to some of the destinations in the States for lots of reasons. Flights can be a barrier, driving sometimes is just too far. Sometimes it's an exchange rate, so it's a cost thing. There's so many different barriers. And so the narrative that I was believing, that I was buying into, was that I needed to wait to take my kids to Disneyland until they were old enough to remember the trip. Let me tell you, my friend, I owned a local craft store. I just had my second daughter, and there was a customer who came in very regularly, and she had children about the same age as mine, and she was scrapbooking a trip to Disneyland. And I was fascinated. I was so intrigued. I was like, "Oh, have you already taken your kids to Disneyland?" And she was like, "Absolutely. It is the most magical place on earth. You have to take your daughters." And I thought, well, maybe when they're older, like maybe when they're 10 and 13 or, old enough to do all the things and remember all of the journey. And she said, "Crystal, no, if you wait, you will be missing out on the magic that a young child brings." And she said, "There is nothing like a young child in Disneyland because it is magical." I really had to sit with that. I really had to sit with that. I grew up very poor. I had never been on an airplane until after I was married. A family vacation did not exist with my parents when they were together. They divorced, and certainly didn't exist with either of the step families. Um, my idea of holidaying was going camping with my grandparents that I'm truly deeply grateful for. So to me, I grew up with these narratives of you can only do things once. And this lady came through those doors and said, "No, no, you can do things as many times as you want. Disneyland isn't going anywhere. Take them when they're young, take them again when they're older." Oh, My friend, let me tell you, my youngest daughter brings one of the most vivid, joyful memories to me. So she was 3 years old the first time we took her to Disneyland. And even though this was about 15 years ago, I can recall it as though it were yesterday. We were in Toontown, Disneyland, California. And in Toontown, it's been revamped since then. Um, there was this little roller coaster. I think it was like a Chippendale roller coaster, something like that. Anyway, the sun was shining. I can still feel the sun. I can still remember her in her little shorts, and she had a Dora the Explorer little purse that she always had wrapped around her with her EpiPen and inhalers and all of her medicines. And we would get onto this little roller coaster. And the second we would get off, she'd do this big karate jump and go, "That was the best ride ever." And then we would go back on it and she would do the exact same thing over and over again. Like I tell you, pure joy, pure joy. And then we were leaving another area where my girls were waiting to get signatures with Woody from Toy Story and Sleeping Beauty, and then another character, I don't remember whom. And we were the first family to be cut off from the line to get signatures. So they've got this big queue. You line up, you get your signatures. And a cast member came along and stopped the line right in front of us. And so there we were with our two little girls, 3 and 6 years old, who were not going to get the signatures from Sleeping Beauty. Now, that was Sleeping Beauty. It wasn't somebody dressed up as Sleeping Beauty, right? It was Sleeping Beauty. And after the line went, the characters had to, they follow protocol. But that Sleeping Beauty, she walked over and said, "I am so sorry I'm unable to sign your books today. However, would you accompany me back to my palace?" Oh, I just get tears thinking of it. She held their little hands and walked them through the park all the way up to the side of a palace where she entered into a side door and my girls left. Had I listened to society saying that I had to wait to create a memory for when they were older, I would have missed out on some of the most joyful memories of my life, of my life. And I've taken my daughters back to Disneyland several times since, and that magic of them being young has never been the same. Now, we have just as much fun. We definitely do, but it's not the same. And so as we look back at this year, as we look forward to what we want to make happen this year, I want to encourage you to go all in, to create memories today, because those are our gifts and tomorrow is not guaranteed. So again, I invite you right now, go all in. Go all in. Don't wait to create memories next year or the year after or the year after because of some invisible barrier that you have created for yourself. Did you know the simple act of planning out a trip increases endorphins? And it doesn't have to be big. You can research tourist attractions in my area, whatever your area is that you live, and then you can create your own magical experience in your own backyard. So we're going to talk about how to do that. But your first job, whether you have a vision board or you don't have a vision board, if you're coming here fresh, is we are going to look back on the first 6 months of this year and we're going to celebrate. You have made it halfway through the year. It is absolutely crucial to begin by looking back at everything you did right. I encourage you to celebrate every small win, every celebration, every great memory that you created, every time you followed through for yourself, all of it. Your vision, that I believe in the power of visualization. Our dreams reveal to us what we truly desire. And I'm not talking about the dreams of when we're sleeping, but I mean like those daydreams, you're driving down, it's nice and quiet. Maybe you even turn the radio off and you're just lost in your thoughts and you're dreaming of this and that, of when your kids meet a certain milestone or something that you and your life partner are going to do. Or perhaps it's you're just dreaming of being alone on the water with your kayak and just taking in the sound of nature and having that absolute stillness and energy and magnetic nature that the earth has to offer us. Maybe those are the things you're dreaming of, but I want you to really embrace those. Okay. If you have never created a vision board, if you're not sure where to begin, I don't want for you to let another half a year slip by without reflecting on your journey. So congratulations first for being here. Let's celebrate that, right? Let's celebrate that. Reflecting is the most powerful tool to help you lead your life confidently and move forward. That's the whole purpose. We're always wanting to move forward. I want you to enter this wholeheartedly. I invite you to truly take everything I share and then go do the work. So let's celebrate, my friend. Again, you have your vision board. Great. Look at it. If you had a list of things you wanted to do, great. If you have your camera roll, that works too. It all works. It all works. What is everything you have accomplished so far this year? This is going to be job number 1 under celebrate. Everything I've accomplished this year. It's really important for you not to let a potential negative side to something prevent you from celebrating. Okay. So when we look back and we're like, oh, we had this great thing happening. I had this great goal, right? I can see it at the top of my list or on my vision board or in my camera roll. I took a before picture. I had this fitness goal. I was, going to do these great things. And then a week later, 2 weeks later, I just kind of fell off and I quit doing it. So that doesn't really count anymore because I started it, but then I quit. So really it doesn't count because I quit. We're not doing that. We're not allowing something negative to take away from the part that we can celebrate. Instead, we're going to look at, hey, I started January 1. I wanted to do a workout program. I wanted to get into shape. And you know what? I did it for 9 whole days. Yay me. That is worth celebrating. Okay. That is worth celebrating. That means you can do it again. You did it once. You did it for 9 days. That means you can do it for another 9. Then move on to the next thing. We're looking only at celebrations. What is the next great thing that you made happen this year? Did you begin a course? Go on a date, start a new job. Again, don't worry about anything that happened that may cloud your celebration. Perhaps you enrolled in a course and you didn't complete it. Celebrate that you enrolled in it. Obviously, you made that as a priority at one point. Celebrate that you started it. Perhaps you started a new job that you were really excited about, but then you got laid off. Celebrate. You were able to get that job. And allow that to remind you that you have the skill to get another one. Friend, if you struggle with that negative voice, every time it enters, your job is to stop, write down the part that you are celebrating and owning that part. I worked out for 9 days. I went on a first date. I got a new job. I wrote 3 pages in a book I've been wanting to do. I researched how to create a podcast, whatever it is. Only look at those parts that you can celebrate and write those down. And then whenever that negative voice comes in with that doubt and that critical nature saying that you can't, you're going to say, I can, and I did, and I did. And here's the list. It proves it. I worked out for 9 days. I went on a date. I got a job. I did those things. And it's going to quiet that negative voice in your brain. Because what we want to do from a neurological perspective is we want to rewire the dendrites. We want to rewire the parts in our brain that communicate and make connections. Because the more we create a positive neural pathway, so the more we're like positive, 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 then what happens is our brain is like positive, positive. This is what we do. This is the way we do business. We're not going down all those rabbit trails of what if. What if the ball drops? What if something terrible happens? What if I am the worst human being that ever was on the earth? Not true. We are training our brain to see that I am enough. I am enough and I am worthy and I am capable and I am confident and I can do all things. Okay? Because that's what I was brought to this earth to do. Okay? Regardless your spiritual perspective, we have that in common. We believe that we are put onto this earth to do good, for good. We are here to add value to people by being of value for people. Okay, so that was your job number one. Job number one, you're going to celebrate every single thing. Start January 1st. Look back at your list you created for this year, or if you didn't create a list, no worries. Or a vision board, no worries. Use your phone. Use the pictures because you're going to forget. You're going to forget the things you did. If you don't take many pictures and you're like, I'm a calendar person, I am detailed, I write all the things in, I've got a big chart on my family calendar, go back. Oh my goodness. You know what? I got my kid to hockey practice 3 nights a week. We went to 4 different tournaments. I did that. I made that happen. I sat in those cold rinks and I cheered my kid on. Celebrate. Celebrate it all. You are amazing. You are an amazing mom. Those children are so lucky to have you. Okay. You are an amazing friend. Those friends that you met up with for coffees and walks and just texting, hey, have a great day, thinking of you. They are so lucky to have you in their life. They're so lucky to have you. Celebrate it all. That's your job number one. Okay, job number two, you're going to write down the word reflect. Under reflect. Oh, this one might take a little bit more focus. Okay. And I want to really encourage you to not spiral down a negative tailspin when we do this part. Okay. Reflecting is meant to be done critically with the purpose to grow. Our idea is we always want to grow. We don't stop growing until the day we leave this earth. Okay. So first, we're going to celebrate. Second, we're going to reflect. So much of the work we do in the courses that I teach revolves around identity. Who we are, what we love, what our fears are. And we use this information to be able to level up powerfully. So now we're going to look back at anything that happened that clouded your celebration. And we're going to be honest with ourselves about it. Why did it really happen? Okay, so I had a workout plan. I stayed with it for 9 days. And then I just quit because I always quit everything and I'm never any good at anything. And then I never blah, blah, blah. Stop. Stop right there. You showed up, you created a goal, you stuck with it for 9 days. Something then happened as to why you didn't stick with it from there. You need to be really honest about why that happened. Did you set yourself up for failure? So you see every January, all the people online saying, you need to be up at 5:30 in the morning and doing your workout before anything happens in the day, or it's never going to happen. And you bought into that narrative. And you are not a morning person. You are a night owl. You will stay up until 2 in the morning and then get up at 7:30 and be out the door by 8. That is who you are. You put your workout at the wrong time of day. Or perhaps you don't have control over your sleep schedule and you mean to go to bed around 9, 10, but you actually go to bed around 12, 1, 2. And so when morning comes, you're exhausted. You haven't slept yet. So maybe you can look at this and say, the truth is, I need to have a better sleep schedule. Mornings do work well for me and I did really love it, but I know that I actually need to start winding down maybe half an hour earlier. I know I actually need to read a book, a physical book, instead of be on my electronics. Perhaps I know that I need to turn off any sort of sound in my area and I need to have absolute silence to totally allow my body to decompress and re-regulate so that I'm in a state of relaxation before I go to sleep. So maybe the problem isn't that I couldn't stick to that workout routine, but maybe it's something else. Maybe once I go to sleep on time, I have control over my evening routine. I'm going to set my workout clothes out the night before, and then getting up in the morning will be much easier. Maybe I even sleep in my workout clothes. You do you. You do not have to follow what everybody else is doing online. Lean into who you are. Lean into who you are. Don't make apologies. You're not a morning person, so what? Do your workout at 8 at night. It's all good. Okay, it is all good. It's your goal, not somebody else's. When you take responsibility for your part and what's happening during the year, you are owning your personal power. And it will expand and expand because your brain knows that you were honest with yourself. Do you need to slow down and take a day before making a decision because you make fast, impulsive decisions? I know I sure do. My husband, I often will bug him. I'm like, oh, goodness gracious, you take forever to make a decision. If you want something, get it, do the thing. He is slow to make any decision. But let me tell you what, he doesn't regret his decisions. He'll go out and buy a brand new sled for the mountains and have zero regrets because he took his time. He researched it. He looked at every single spec. He made sure that what he was going to purchase fit what he needed it to do. He's not impulsive at all with making decisions. I, however, need to slow down. Okay? Maybe you need to trust yourself because your gut clearly told you to say no in a situation, but you did it anyway. Are you mad at someone because of a decision you made? There's so many things that hold us back when we look back at our memories in the year. And when life comes our way, we get to choose how we respond to it. And so when we enter into creating memories these next 6 months, I invite you to really step into your power and look for an opportunity. Look for the blessing in what's happening. So my husband set out to make me some new garden beds. I love to garden. It is my like quiet, happy therapy. Love it. Okay. But as his vision expanded, so did the project. And it is now mid-July, and I only have just received my garden beds fully built about a week and a half ago. So I don't have a garden. And my husband felt terrible. He kept saying, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I was waiting for somebody else to do their part. These guys said they're coming, and oh, they're supposed to come Wednesday. And then by Friday, I'm like, where are you? Oh, I'm going to come next week. And it just kept happening and happening and happening. And he was frustrated because he was relying on somebody else to do a job that he had hired them to do, but it was taking months longer because they kept putting other jobs first. And I understood his vision. I understood his desire to keep the project cost effective. So rather than getting upset that I don't have a garden this year, I chose to embrace shopping at a local greenhouse, purchasing all of my vegetables there, and instead, I'm focusing on my flower beds, which I rarely do. How we respond to our experiences will form a path on how we engage with what we allow to happen in the last half of the year. So we're going to think about those things that we're allowing, that we are inviting in, that we are creating in our imagination before they even happen. Okay. I know we need to own our own stuff. We need to own our role in this stuff. By owning our own stuff, okay, our own choices, we reclaim power and we allow ourselves to grow in unexpected ways. Look at the memories, take responsibility for the parts that went wrong, and then find out how you can navigate a similar situation in the future. Allow yourself to learn. You don't always have to be right. Maxwell says you either win or you learn. Regardless of what happened in the first half of the year, when you look back at your memories, celebrate them. That's step one. Learn from them. That's step two. Now it's time to move on and create new memories. Okay. So whether you've got your list, you've got a vision board, or you're using your photo album, it's time to make some edits on your lists. Okay. If you don't have a list, it's all good. You're gonna create one. This is part of your homework plan. This is the next step. Do you love lists? Or do you hate lists? Most people find it so satisfying to check off of our lists. Each check mark is like a little happy dance. Yep, I did that. Whoop, whoop. Yep, I did that. You go, girl. It is just so satisfying. From grocery lists, check, 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 to a whole list of things that need to be done at home or a list of tasks at the office. It is so encouraging to know that we have accomplished what we set out to do. So your next step, check off everything that you've accomplished this year, even if you didn't plan for it before the year started. Okay. So I want to do a workout plan. Check. I want a date night with my hubby every month. Well, I had one in 6 months. So I'm going to give myself a check. Keep going through. Okay. Every single thing that you have on your list that you knew you set out to create, check, check, check. Write those things down. I did these things. This is my list that I can check off. Okay. Then feel how you feel. When you look back and you've got those check marks, do you feel yourself just expand? Hold that feeling closely. When you look back at your list and you think, geez, these are great ideas in January, but that was before the year started. I'm halfway through July and they just don't align with where I'm at anymore. You're going to take those items off your list. Okay, so you're going to go through your list that you created. Anything that no longer fits, just cross them off. Okay. You may have started with a list of 100 things you wanted to do this year. That was the number that I threw out there to my community. And now you've narrowed it down to 30 or 40 things that still make you happy. And now you have a choice. You either continue to prioritize whatever's left on your list, or you can top that list back up to 100. I recommend the latter half, but the list is yours. On a course that I just took, she calls it her 111 list. So she works with angel numbers all the time. That's what she does. And so we had to create a list of 111 experiences, achievements, accomplishments, everything we wanted to do. We had to write them all down. Okay. So you're going to choose your number and what you want to focus on. But before doing this, I want to challenge you on how you look at your goals. That way, that lens through which you're looking at them when you create your list. Just like in the new year, I'm going to remind you that you are not a child anymore, my friend. You are not a teenager. This is not a list of things you want from your mom or dad or Santa Claus to buy for you for Christmas. These are small, achievable, actionable things that you are taking responsibility for. Don't focus on the result. Okay, we're not focusing on that destination, but rather focus on the action that's going to lead to that destination. You can absolutely have destinations on there, 100%, but I don't want your whole list to only be great, big goals. Okay, if you have a great big goal to make 6, 7, 8 figures a year, and you currently are nowhere near that, we need to break down that goal. Yes, it can be on there. That destination can be on there. Absolutely. Dream big. 100%. People get there all the time. But what is it going to take? What is that action that's going to take to get there? Okay. So you may have a goal to lose 50 pounds by the end of the year. That was your January goal. But what is the action that you're going to do along the way. So on your list of 100 things you're going to do, are you going to drink enough water every day? Whatever that ratio is for you. Are you going to prioritize getting enough protein in your diet? Are you committing to exercise? Your action is what your list needs to be made out of, not just the byproduct of what you're going to do. Okay. A college example here, my daughter, my oldest daughter, she is working towards becoming a registered psychologist. Okay. But she's not starting her year with the goal of registered psychologist. That's it. Her goals are going to be chunked. She's starting with, okay, I need to take 4 or 5 classes every semester so that I'm on track to graduate. I need to make sure that I schedule in my study time during the time of day that works for me, because if I don't schedule it, it's not going to happen. It's not a real thing. Okay. The result of her consistency in activity will be completing her degree. She's halfway through. She's 2 years in. She has 2 years left for her first degree. She's halfway through it. But you can see the difference between creating a vision, becoming a registered psychologist, compared to setting up goals. One is your action, the other is your destination. We're going to focus on this journey. Perhaps you want to eat more healthy. Okay. What are you going to do to make it happen? Do you need to schedule grocery shopping? Do you need to order food boxes? Do you need to have certain periods of time to prepare your food so that it's just easy grab and go? Are you a really busy person? The vision is creating a healthier lifestyle so that you can do what? Increase your energy, live your life with fewer health complications, have more fun, have your vision. But our list of 100 is creating those micro goals that support the vision. Okay. A lot of these ideas are around big things. I really want you to get creative. Okay. Have so much fun with this list. Have so much fun with this list. I think it was last year. Now I can't remember which vision board it was. I clearly remember this. I had seen on social media not all of, but my friends going to a milkshake shop that had these massive gourmet milkshakes. I'm not a dessert person, but let me tell you, the idea of like my milkshake with like brownies or slice of cheesecake and cotton candy foam, like they were works of art. And all I could think was, I need a daughter mother day with my girls and go to the city and have these gourmet milkshakes and just take crazy, silly pictures and laugh and have fun. That was on my vision board. Because here's the thing, when you're going to go through your days, your weeks, if you're sitting here halfway through July and you're like, oh gosh, yeah, summer's just zipping by. Like, Crystal, I don't even know what I've done. I can't even think. What did I even do? What have I done in the last 2 weeks? Your vision board needs a major overhaul, because that means you are stuck in routine. You are stuck doing the same day on repeat. We call that Groundhog's Day. We do not want to live in a cycle of Groundhog's Day where the time just slips away and we have no idea where it went. Instead, we want to create magical memories where you and a couple of friends go down to the dollar store and buy crazy sunglasses and wigs you're going to wear and blast your 80s or 90s music going down the highway with your crazy hair on and your fun sunglasses. You're going to go have these milkshakes together and take some pictures. Every single moment along the way is worth celebrating. Every single moment along the way creates a vibrant life, creates more of what you want. And then when you do that, time slows down and you get to the end of that day and you're like, wow, that day was so amazing. It felt like I had 3 days in one. The trip, the hour-long drive was an experience. The milkshakes was an experience. The walking down the street with our crazy wigs was an experience. I had so many experiences in these 24 hours. I'm going to look back and that's going to be a memory that's going to stand out for me. Okay, they don't need to be big things. But what are all of the things? How are you creating magic in your life? Just yourself, no excuses, digging in, owning your life, knowing that nobody owes me anything. I am in control and I am creating a vibrant life, a life that I want to live. I am a human being of value and I add value to the people around me. So that's your next task. You're going to come up with your list. Or if you have a vision board and you're like, I need to take some pictures off of this and I need to add some other ideas. I need to lean into how I want to feel. Those feelings are everything. Lean into that. Before we move into the next part of the year, there's one more thing that's really important that we do. And it's something that I've learned over the years and I've seen such freedom. I've experienced such freedom myself. And I've also watched people hold on to things. And that topic is of forgiveness. Forgiveness may just be the most important part of how you're going to create an amazing second half of the year. So what pieces of your life do you need to bless and release? Were you wrongfully let go of a job? It's left you angry? Honor the part that was provided for you during your time with it. Perhaps it helped you financially, even if it was for a short time. Perhaps it gave you the opportunity to develop different skills or create different connections. Thank it for what it did provide for you. Honor it. And then release it. We hold on to anger for far too long because our ego gets in the way. Did you say goodbye to a relationship in the first half of the year? The ability to come to a place where you forgive another person gives you your freedom that you need to embrace blessings and opportunities moving forward. Forgive the person for not having the capacity to deal with the situation differently. I forgive you for treating me the only way you knew how. I forgive you for not having the capacity to change a cycle that has clearly been deeply etched into your family tree. I forgive you for not responding in the way I wanted you to, because that's on me. And I'm going to own my part and I'm going to release all of the blame, the judgment, the hurt. And thank you for being a part of my story. Thank you for all the blessings that came with it. Thank you for teaching me lessons. Thank you for teaching me about creating boundaries. Thank you for teaching me that I wasn't happy where I was. Thank you for allowing me to reflect and know who I am with a little bit more clarity. My friend, there is no place for hurt and anger. They hold you hostage, and they're going to hold you hostage for the last half of the year if you don't work through that forgiveness. Maybe it's nothing to do with people. Maybe you have new debts and you feel bad and you talk negatively about yourself. Oh, I can't believe I racked up that credit card again. I should know better. I've done this so many times now. No, 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 no. No, my friend, stop. Don't throw that energy out into the world. Don't do that. Instead, look at those debts and say, oh, I've put on all this money onto my credit card, but thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to be able to make the decisions that I made that created those debts, that allowed me to do some of the things I wanted to do. Thank you for that. And then release it. All of the negative emotions tied up for it and move forward. You're not held hostage to that. You're grateful for what it allowed you to do. and you have a plan moving forward. Yeah, I've got this debt. That's okay. It allowed me to do some things that I really wanted to do, and now I'm going to pay it off. It's okay. No more living as a victim. No more passive energy. Okay. So many of us just walk blindly through life. No more. Embrace our power. Accept responsibility. Win or learn. We are embracing the last half of our year. This is our future. We're setting ourselves up to win and have memories to last the rest of our lives. Okay, thanks for hanging in here. It's, gosh, the time just, it flies. And each one of these ideas, I just get so passionate about. I could do entire training series on each one of them. And I have a feeling that one on forgiveness is coming in the fall. So just you stay tuned. But in the meantime, what is resonating with you? Who do you know who values growth and creating a fabulous life? Share this with them. Invite them into the Vibrantly You community. But most importantly, as you work through these tasks I gave you, reflect or celebrate first, celebrate, then reflect, create your vision, forgive. Those are your 4 steps. Celebrate, reflect, create, and forgive. I invite you to live full out. Share your lists. Share your takeaways in the group. That Vibrantly You community is a free group for you. Hop into it, share them, allow the amazing women in that community to celebrate with you, encourage you on your journey as you also inspire the rest of us. Okay? Don't just listen to this and think, oh yeah, I can do this or this or this. Take the time to sit down and celebrate. Write those out. Check them off if you already had a list. Okay? Reflect. Where did things go sideways? What do I need to adjust? Create a new list and allow room for forgiveness. Be open. Be open to forgive. Because when we don't, we're only holding ourselves back. Your next options from this vision board check stop for further growth. You've got a couple different paths you can take with me. First, you can enroll in Launch. Launch is a 6-week series designed to take you through a sequence that focuses on your identity. It helps you unpack your passions, learn to dream again, and to broaden your impact. So we're going to look at that leadership piece as you move forward, whatever your goals are. They are so different for each person. I don't even know where to begin with the impact and sharing this. I was on with a coaching client this morning and we talked a lot about forgiveness. She was talking about navigating really toxic and hostile relationships and how to do that. I was working with another coaching client who she actually is a professional book editor. So she helps authors publish their books. And so we were working through her business plan. Okay. I have other clients who have completely changed relationships. They've left relationships. They've restored relationships. I have clients who have done complete U-turns in their careers and taken a different avenue. Your walk is unique. Your journey is unique. And so the launch is really designed to be able to help you where you're at and figure out where you want to go and how to get there. So this is available while it's live. So until the first week of April or August. The live price is $777. And then after it's complete, it will be bundled together as a training package that you can purchase the replays, and that'll be $1,111. Okay, but you get it for a discounted price as long as it's live because you are going to be a part of this process where we're going to dig in and I'm going to adjust and I'm going to make some edits before I publicly offer it as a package. Okay, so you get that discounted price right now. It also includes a full individual personality report. Like this is a comprehensive report with a one-to-one coaching session with myself. This unpacks, Crystal, I don't know what my strengths are. This is going to unpack those. I don't really know what my weaknesses are. I think everything is terrible, but okay, let's actually look at what they are. Oh gosh, I don't see a leader in me. I'm not really sure how to. This is how you lead. These are your strengths. This is how you communicate. Your communication is so important. If you're in sales, you need to know how other people communicate. If you have roommates or a family, I call my children roommates right now, you need to be able to communicate with them. So that communication piece is in there. This just unlocks so much to help you level up in all areas of your life. Okay, so that is also included. And you're also going to get the I Am Vibrant community membership, a whole year where you will gain access to regular trainings and group coaching sessions. This is still being developed this month, okay? And the doors are going to be open really soon. So the pre-launch price of the membership is $111 a month. And as long as you keep your membership, you get grandfathered in at that price. That is your price for as long as you decide to keep it. You can quit anytime. You can come in for a month, do the trainings. You can be like, yeah, I want those trainings that are offered that month, and then cancel it for the next month. That's fine. It's totally come and go as you want. I'm pretty sure once you get in there, though, once you see what I have planned for this group that is opening up, you're going to invite your friends and you're going to want to stay because there is just so much value that's being poured into that group. I look at all the trainings that I have and the investments that I've made, and let me tell you, you are getting a steal of a deal. Okay, so those are really your two avenues. You can do the full launch program, $777 right now, or you can enter in for the pre-launch price of $111 in the membership. Now, remember, your launch is going to include a whole year of memberships. So you pay the $777, you get that whole training bundle, plus you get a whole year of your memberships. Okay, so those are your two avenues. Let me know which way you want to go, and then I can help you with the link so that you can register for the one that makes the most sense for you, that you feel like, yeah, this is what I'm aligned with. This is where I need to go. Okay, thank you for being here. Oh my gosh. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. Celebrate this win. You are here. Celebrate yourself. You are vibrant. You are pulsating with life. The world is a better place because you are in it. I am Crystal Atkinson, and I am so honored that you chose to spend your time with me. Go be vibrant, share with your friends. I cannot wait to see what lists you create. I'm here to celebrate with you.